6 flights, 4 countries and 3,400 kilometers. For 1 week I traveled with my AS-33 electric sailplane across Germany, Poland, Switzerland and France, exploring its capabilities and embracing new experiences. What fascinates me most is that I only needed about 15 kilowatt hours of electrical energy for all my launches. To put that into perspective, a fuel-efficient electric car would only cover around 100 kilometers with the same amount of energy. Traveling such vast distances through the air with so little power is truly incredible. Join me on this adventure, experiencing both the challenges and the beauty of soaring across Central Europe.
Good morning, guys. Yesterday I made a travel by glider trip here to Dalma to Wilfried Kroskinski's hangar. Thank you so much for your hospitality there. It's always great to be there, to have the glider in the hangar.
So before we continue with the challenging flight to Poland, let's jump back to the beginning of the story.
Today it's time for another weekend trip. The next days are here not so good in southern Germany, but in northern Germany we expect really great conditions for 4 days now. So that's why I will start today at Friday, fly to northern Germany somewhere, perhaps to Poland, and then on Monday back home to enjoy this great weather. Now let's rig the glider, we'll make a time lapse and then see you soon.
The plan for the first leg was to fly to Dalma in western Germany, where I will meet Simon Schröder, my latter team partner for the World Championship. When everything was done, I departed using the electric motor of my glider and climbed up to 600 meters to start my glider flight to Dalma. The weather looked great, so I decided to take a longer route around Nürnberg airspace, Wasserkuppe and finally towards Dalma. In some areas, spreading clouds obscured the sun, causing the thermals to weaken. This is where a high-performance glider like the AS-33 ME makes the difference. Later on, the weather improved again and I reached my destination without the need to use the motor. Simon was already waiting for me on the airfield, and in the evening we started to prepare for day 2. The forecast promised good conditions for a flight far into Poland, and since I received many recommendations from my Instagram community to land in Grudziądz-Lech, this is where we wanted to fly. I already departed 25 minutes later than Simon and Max due to some taxiing problems on the airfield. So that made it even harder to accomplish my goal of flying 900 kilometers straight out into Poland that day.
We don't know exactly what we want to do. Either we fly to the eastern side, to south of Berlin and back, or a big flight into Poland. Let's see if it's my first 1000 kilometer flight here with the AS-33 ME, and I think it would be the first 1000 kilometer flight for the 33 ME overall, because there are only a few built. Mine is serial number 7, so yeah, it would be sick to make a very long flight out here. Yeah, at the beginning we have quite weak conditions, but we have tailwind, about 20 to 25 kilometers an hour tailwind, so we need to slow down, make it safe, play it safe, and then hopefully we can race and make a good average speed. I'm flying here today with a wing loading of 58, perhaps 59, so nearly maximum takeoff weight. So it's great that the conditions are good, but now at the beginning it might be a little bit tricky. Let's see.
Our takeoff procedures were also different. While Max and Simon climbed to over 1100 meters with their engine, I tried to find thermals in 700 meters to save my battery. But the thermals were still weak. The base was low and with a high wing loading it was difficult to gain altitude. The motor was not an option for me, as my competition flight would have started again, so I slowly fought my way through the first updrafts.
it's too weak. But there the clouds are popping up. .7, 1.8 meters. Wow. 2. Yeah, we flew the first 200 kilometers are here at Kassel, and yeah, the average speed is okay. It's about 115 kilometers an hour. So we should arrive in Poland today. I don't know exactly the airfield or how to pronounce it, but somewhere in the middle, northern part of Poland. That's the goal for today. And then we will see how we will get back home tomorrow.
Because of my late start, I was 50 to 60 kilometers behind Max and Simon. I tried to reduce this gap, but I had to fight my way through these weak thermals.
Now another interesting part here at the Harz. We are quite low.
Both teams had problems in the Harz mountains. I stayed in the higher terrain for longer, but had to join relatively low. Together with another glider, I fought my way out of the critical height without losing too much time. Meter by meter, I climbed back up. After crossing the Elbe River, the thermals finally improved. The Flaming region south of Berlin provided strong updrafts, and my gap to Max and Simon shrank to 20 to 30 kilometers.
It looks like that we are now in the good weather. We are in the area of Berlin airspace now, about 35 kilometers to Einsdorf, and the average speed up to now is 118 kilometers an hour, which is okay. We should make it to our destination in Poland. But I don't have power. I forgot my power bank at the airfield in Dalma most likely, or it is somewhere here, but it's so hard to have a look where it is. But I believe I forgot it. Also the charger cable for my iPhone, and of course for these cameras here I also need to charge them. The AS33 has a USB charger installed, but it's here behind my backrest. Perhaps I can make it somehow to plug in a cable there. Then we can record. Well, let's see. And then Simon also forgot his charger for the avionics batteries. It's not perfect, but let's see. We hope that they also have some chargers and they can help us, and they have fuel, they have power for my glider so I can charge the batteries. It's an experience. But the line is good now, so yeah, I'm in a good mood. That's the most important thing. I think the others were quite low. And this is the view at the moment. Looks better now. If you also like a really great document pouch, check out my web shop. It's a collaboration with Cloud Dancer's X-Flight Level, that's my brand. You can put in here the logbook of the glider, your logbook, chargers, cables, micro SD cards, and so on. I really love it. I designed it to my needs, and yeah, check it out at my webpage.
Shortly before the Oder River, which is the Polish border, the conditions became unstable, climb rates unreliable. Clouds that looked promising suddenly no longer provided any usable updraft. Now came the big question: will the thermals be enough to get to the destination, or do I need to use the motor? I still had over 300 kilometers to go, but only 100 kilometers of battery range. A big risk, and we hadn't planned any alternative fields along the way.
We have 270 kilometers to go. We are currently here already in Poland somewhere, above a big forest. I don't know, perhaps it's a Zauberwald, but I don't have any idea. I definitely need a climb here. Not good. Not good. It's so important because above this huge forest there, I definitely need some height, otherwise can't make an outlanding. If I don't find a thermal. Quite steep.
Although the clouds kept looking promising, the thermals remained weak while our course led us over huge forests. There it is important to have a safe altitude. In many situations I descended below 1000 meters, even once below 500 meters. This was now the final fight to reach our destination.
Bin jetzt auf 550 unten, aber hab irgendwie ein bisschen was.
Ja, einfach oben bleiben, glaube ich.
We just found out that the sun will go down earlier on the eastern side, so we have about half an hour to 1 hour less. But great, not good. And it's really getting more difficult. This one gives a little bit of hope. Now I'm hungry and I need to be concentrated on thermaling here with the proper speed. You can really feel that I'm getting a little bit exhausted, tired. And now it's the most exciting thing of the flight. So far away from home, focusing on getting up. And then I can do all the other stuff, relax a little bit. Yes. Okay, we all decided to dump our water ballast now. The others are 20 kilometers ahead of us, ahead of me. Let's open the outer wings as well, flowing out as you can see. And we have some few queues ahead of us. Yeah, let's see. And I need to pee. All together, it's not good. There's some few queues popping up in between this cloud as well. It's not great for the wind direction because we need to go over there. So unreal. We now flew, let's see, 870 kilometers in one direction into a different country, only with the power of nature. It's crazy. The climb is getting better, 1.7. I need to make this challenge to get to the airfield. We need 800 meters, at least, let's say 1000 more. We need to organize a lot. The others need fuel, I need power, energy for the batteries. Then we don't speak Polish. We need to get something to eat. The others need a room to sleep. They don't have a sleeping bag and nothing with them. The others are only 5 kilometers ahead of me, same height. Oh, it's so much fun that the others are also here. Servus, ihr beiden. Max just found a 1 meter or more thermal here. They say it's a lot of pressure in here. Oh, and it is. That's rewarding.
We were all in the last updraft together, with only slight differences in altitude between us. Simon and I saw no other option than to fly directly towards the field.
We would make it to the airfield if we really have luck, but we have no margin at all. So we are seeing if you'll find something over there. Then you can see this big forest. Afterwards there's the city. We nearly made it.
But because we didn't know the terrain and couldn't reliably assess the off-airfield landing options, we decided on the safe option. In 300 meters above ground, I switched on the motor after looking for a suitable emergency landing field. The standard procedure for gliders with auxiliary power units, as an engine start can fail.
Let's power this up.
What we didn't notice at the moment, Max had found thermals. He flew a slightly different route, first climbed 120 meters in a weak climb, and then found a thermal with almost 1 meter per second. While Simon and I reached the airport with the engine, he made it with only using thermals. A huge joy for all of us.
So, we made it. Today I used about 50% of my power available, so about 4 point something kilowatt hours in total to fly here 950 kilometers from Germany to Poland, which is amazing. I also found here, or the club members here provided me one long cable here and power, so I can charge now. We are not completely sure if there's some rain coming tonight or even a thunderstorm. The club members here told me something, and that's why I should unplug here the power cord before I go to sleep. Let's go have some dinner, prepare everything for tomorrow for a very long flight.